One Filipino is freed by Hamas during a brief truce with Israel. But one Pinoy's fate is still unknown as she remains missing in war-torn Gaza. The DFA confirmed that two citizens were aboard a ship off Aden Gulf when it was hijacked. But the vessel is free now and so are the Pinoys. The DOH reports a drop in flu-like illness cases, but it says we can't let our guard down just yet. Fast, focused, and fearless, here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Mideast. We begin with Jimmy Pacheco, a Filipino caregiver who spent 49 days in Hamas captivity. Here's the moment he is released from an Israeli hospital after a brief stay there. Pacheco is expected back in the Philippines before Christmas. The Philippine Embassy in Tel Aviv says he and his family will get lifetime social security benefits from Israel. Pacheco has also qualified for regular and similar stipends given to Israelis victimized by violent attacks. The caregiver underwent medical treatment for emotional stress and partial hearing loss. Pacheco said he is done working abroad following his ordeal.
Yun lang naman ang pangarap ko sa pagpunta ko dito, baon-baon ko hanggang ngayon. Yung baon kong pumunta ng Israel, magkabahay, natupad naman na. Magkaroon ng kasi ang trabaho ko noon driver ng kiskisan, yung Uber rice mill. Magkaroon ng sariling ganon, masaya na ako.
This is a very, very special case. So, pabubuhusan natin siya ng tulong dahil sa nangyari sa kanya. Ang kanyang anak, maaari nating matulungan sa pag-aaral. Sa kanyang, kung meron siya naiisip na pagkakakita ang negosyo, we can also help. It's going to be a process. Pero ang sisiguraduhin natin, siya ay mabibigyan ng suporta as usual ng OWA pagdating dito sa mga bagay ng reintegration niya.
One more Filipino is still missing in Gaza and is now believed to be among the hostages of Hamas. The niece of Noralyn Babadilla believes her aunt is still alive after DNA tests on recovered fatalities turned up negative. Babadilla's siblings earlier provided DNA samples to help identify the missing Filipina. The relatives of Noralyn are confident she is a Hamas captive and that she will be released soon. The DFA is keeping its hopes up too, but is managing expectations.
Nagbigay po ang kapatid niya, yung pinsan ko, ng DNA samples. Hindi naman po ma-identify doon po sa mga nakitang mga dead bodies. Kaya alam po namin, siya po ay isa sa captives doon ng mga Hamas. At isa pa po ay may nag-confirm po sa pinsan ko doon sa kapatid na si Exo na hostage nga daw po siya. Kaya malakas po ang loob namin at umaasa po kami nandoon siya.
Inaasahan natin, maaaring mangyari milagro na inaasahan ng pamilya. Kasi isa sa mga pinalayang bata, akala ng pamilya patay na. Yung pala lumitaw pa, pinalik. So si Miss Noralyn, hindi natin kung saan siya, hindi natin siya matagpuan. Maaring isa sa mga namatay. Pero kung isa siya sa mga hostages, hinihingi natin ng confirmation at para mapalaya na rin.
The truce deal between Israel and Hamas ends today and mediators are hoping for an extension. Hamas has released 17 more hostages during the third round of exchanges with Israel. The youngest captive freed was Abigail Eden, a 4-year-old girl with Israeli and American citizenship. Her parents were killed in the Hamas attack on October 7. For its part, Tel Aviv released 39 Palestinian prisoners. A fourth exchange is expected today, the last day of the ceasefire between the two camps. The United States, Egypt, and Qatar are still trying to extend the truce that began on Friday. Hamas said it will agree to a longer pause on fighting if Israel will free more Palestinian detainees. The Department of Foreign Affairs has confirmed there were two Filipinos aboard a ship hijacked in the Gulf of Aden. But DFA Undersecretary Ed De Vega said both are now safe. Earlier, U.S. officials said commercial tanker Central Park has been freed after the USS Mason warship responded to a distress call. The identity of the attackers were not disclosed, but the Vega said they could also be Yemeni Houthis. Just last week, the rebel group seized a vessel carrying 25 passengers off the Red Sea, 17 of whom are Filipino seafarers. According to the DFA, the Filipinos have not been harmed, but they're still being held captive. We're bringing you more stories after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. Thanks for staying with us here on One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. From sea to air, the armed forces is now reporting Chinese jets orbiting a Philippine aircraft while on a joint drill with the Australian military in disputed waters. AFP Chief General Romeo Bronner Jr. claimed Beijing's planes circled an A-29B Super Tucano from the Philippine Air Force. Still, the Filipino aircraft was able to finish its air and maritime patrol mission. Bronner noted Australian planes were not shadowed while on the same mission. The AFP reiterated the Philippines is within the bounds of international laws in the conduct of joint patrols with allies. In other news, the health department says cases of flu-like illnesses in the country have started to drop. From October 15 to 28, the DOH logged more than 10,000 cases, 20% lower than those from previous weeks. But the DOH warned that flu-like illnesses could shoot up again in January of 2024 because of rainy and cold weather. As to the rise of respiratory illnesses in China, the health department is still on monitoring mode. For now, infectious diseases expert Jean Solante urges authorities and school officials to particularly keep an eye on school children.
Report ng WHO na kadalasan sa mga natamaan nito yung mga bata pa rin, no? And ang kadalasang sintomas, in fact, ang description nila dito, Maricel, no, it's influenza-like illness. Well, napaka-importante na hakbang sa mga schools na they have to have also protocol, no, para sa mga bata. So they still have to remind the children that when they have symptoms or mild man, mga paubobo, they have to wear the face mask para hindi mahawaan yung mga walang face mask.
And here's a homecoming fit for a queen. Miss Universe Philippines Michelle D got a very warm welcome from supporters upon her return to Manila on Saturday. Also there to greet Michelle was her mom, Miss International 1979 Melanie Marquez. D thanked her supporters for making her feel like a winner, and she actually is, having bagged Miss Universe special prizes for Best National Costume, Fan Votes, Spirit of Carnival, and Voice for Change for advocacy on autism awareness.
Tinatanong ako nila ng mga kaibigan ko, ano bang gusto mo? Sabi ko, oh my gosh, I need Pinoy food na miss ko na talaga. So ako, yun talaga yung focus ko is, ay malapit na ako makatikim ulit ng favorite delicacy ko, which is Pinoy food. Pero of course, yung may uuwi ko talaga from El Salvador was really the relationships that I bonded there, that I was able to form.
One News Now will be back tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. I'm Denise Tan. We are One News, all sides, all the time.